to my YouTube page. Today I wanted to talk about wedding dates. So we're going to talk about the actual day of the wedding, the month of the wedding, the season, and the date in general. Now, there are some great Saturdays to be had, but you will find when you start looking at venues that Saturdays are the most expensive day to get married. Benefits of having a Friday rather than a Saturday is, let's say you're getting married next year, the year after, people have got plenty of time to book one day off. You're literally asking for one day off in the year, okay? So let's say all of your wedding guests can book the Friday off. Great, okay? So you've got the Friday to get married, and then you've got Saturday to recover, and then you've got Sunday to really take it all in, go back through some of your pictures, open up your presents. So you're basically making a long weekend of it. Fridays are also crazy cheaper than a Saturday, so you're basically getting a really good long weekend out of it for less money. When I say that Fridays are cheaper, that's usual for venues. I'm not saying it's for all, but most venues do it on a price difference. So it'll be a certain amount of money for a midweek wedding, so like Monday to Thursday, Friday slightly more, and then going up in price for a Saturday or a Sunday wedding. Now, if you are getting married in 2 years or even 3 years, then why not even book a Thursday? Again, you're dropping down in price and you can make a really long weekend of it. So if you're getting married in the summer, maybe you want to do like a big garden party the following day, or you want to maybe go on a little mini moon after, so go away for a couple of days after the actual wedding. So Thursdays aren't that bad. So now we've talked about the day of the wedding, let's think about the month. Okay, so seasons. Most couples will go, oh, I want a summer wedding, I want it really nice and sunny, hot weather. Guys, just pause and think about that, okay? I've had it where people have booked a Saturday in the summer, have paid a lot of money for it, and then it ends up being like 35 degrees. The groom's in like a 3-piece woolen tweed suit. The bride's in this giant dress, just sweltering. Even had it before where I've literally had to fan a bride because she's going to collapse, or she needs some water, she's just too hot. The groom's half undressed because he can't stand the sun anymore. Just think about if you really want a summer wedding. I know a couple of years back we had this crazy weather. All our lawns, all the grass literally burnt out because it was so hot. Not great for photos. So maybe think about getting married a bit further on in the year. So if you do book a summer wedding, think about getting some umbrellas, okay? They're not just good for rain, they can protect you from the sun. What you don't want to do is have a really, really hot day and then not have anything to protect yourselves from. So maybe purchase some cheap umbrellas so your guests can protect themselves from the heat. Or maybe think of having a canopy along the lawn or wherever your drinks reception is being held, so your guests can have some shelter from the heat. If you do go for a colder month or in the winter, great, because you're saving a bit of money, and also you can get some really nice sunshine. It just means it's just slightly colder. What you might want to do is provide some blankets or some rugs for your guests to kind of put over their shoulders, get cozy and kind of carry on with their day. Now we've discussed some of the months. No matter what, guys, you can never plan for rain, okay? It is what it is. If it rains on your wedding day, you can't do anything about it. You've got to embrace it. I once had a bride who lived in Dubai, and she got married here in England, and it was torrential downpour the whole of her day, but it didn't faze her. We got all the bodies out and we went out in the field, and honestly you get some great photographs from the rain photos, from going outside, and it's just fun. You just got to embrace what you're given, because you're not going to get the day back. There's no point crying about it, or you know, getting in a bit of a tiz. If it rains, it rains. You just got to embrace it. If you decide to go for a spring day, then just think about the pollen in the air. I suffer with severe hay fever, so if you do, then maybe just have a little think, see what's in flower, see the grounds that you're going to get married in, see if there's a lot of pollen, because what you don't want to do is take your hay fever tablets, mix it with alcohol. You don't want that. Just sat here and you've already chosen your date, you've already chosen your venue, and you're like, oh no, Kelly's just said not to get married on that month or that day. Don't worry, just message me and I can give you loads of tips and advice on ways around it. And last but not least, let's just think about the wedding date. So if you guys are really keen to get married on your anniversary, or the day that you met, or there's another important date that you were really keen on and it's not available at your wedding venue, or the date's already been taken, do not worry, because I think if you pick another random date that has no relevance to any other day in the year, then you're going to remember that specific date as your wedding day. So you can just celebrate it throughout the years to come, and yeah, it's just kind of another excuse to celebrate, really. There is no time scale to plan a wedding. I personally think at least 6 months is decent. But if you're like, oh, we need to give it a year, we need to give it 2 years. Some people are like, oh my gosh, I need to plan a wedding in 3. There is no time limit. So if you're thinking of what year you want to get married in, it doesn't really matter as long as you think it's an achievable date for you. That's some of my advice on how to choose your perfect wedding date. So just to recap, guys, think about the day. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday or Sunday. And then think about the date, if it's got any relevance to another date in the year. And then think about the wedding season. So think about the benefits of getting married in the spring, summer or winter. And then also think about the negatives as well. Once you've thought about all of that, you should have your perfect wedding date sorted. Call your venue up, ask if they have that date that you're really keen on, and see if it's available. If it's not available, don't panic, we can work around it. And that's my video for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, press the subscribe button at the bottom. And yeah, I will look forward to putting up some more videos of hints and tips on how to plan your perfect wedding. Thanks, guys. Bye.